what is your preparation timeline leading up to the regional competition? How many hours per week do you practice? How far ahead do you start? Different kind of details like that. What does that timeline look like to you?
I don't have a Braille challenge practice timeline because I practice every single day for about 2 hours. Yeah, I practice for 2 hours daily, so you can see how much I care about the Braille challenge. And that's just like reading one dictionary for 2 hours.
I think for me, it's the regionals are definitely something that I definitely look towards practicing for. But a lot of the stuff that I do before regionals is just kind of, just kind of doing stuff for my other classes and making sure that I'm doing that at maybe a faster pace, just trying to speed up my pace so that I'm able to do that for regionals. I don't do a lot of like Braille challenge specific practice, especially leading up to the regional contest. But I will do a lot more of, trying to, push myself to type out notes faster and more accurately in math classes, or, work on my homework at a slightly faster pace, that kind of thing. Just kind of pushing myself to be able to do things a little faster, because the time constraints are very real, and you want to make sure that the time constraint isn't something that's concerning. And so I think that that's something I really push for at regionals, especially because the time is a little shorter there, although the contests are also shorter.
This is MaKenzie. Pretty much, I pretty much do the same thing as Nathan. I would say I definitely start going over things in probably the first of the year for regionals, or at the end of the previous year. But a lot of it I actually apply to classes as well, like reading comprehension for English, or just like doing, work at a faster pace, or homework, and, typing out things to make sure that they are more accurate as well. But for finals, I will practice a lot more of the actual Braille challenge material itself to get a little bit more familiar with what they're looking for.
This is Maddie. Like others were saying, I think if you're a Braille reader in your school classes, a lot of the Braille Challenge contest will overlap really well with what you're doing in school every day. So just making sure that you're diligently using Braille every day in your academic subjects, reading thoroughly and quickly, optimizing how you read, how you move your hands, like how long you take to read things. Even the little adjustments can make a big difference in not only your numerical results for finals and beyond, but your peace of mind. In terms of preparing for the contests that are a little more different from what you would encounter in school, like for instance, I think speed and accuracy is the furthest removed from what I would usually do in a school setting. I take full advantage of the practice tests on Braille Institute's website. There are regional Braille Challenge contests for about maybe the past 5-6 years at least on their website. I love the speed and accuracy ones. I usually do 2 to 3 maybe speed and accuracy contests before regionals. Before finals, I kind of do the same thing, except maybe I might do a little more of the other subjects as well, like proofreading and reading comprehension, basically anything I can get my hands on. I even practice on the plane on the way to Los Angeles because there's kind of nothing else that I can do. But just being gentle with yourself as well. Like I know for me personally and for other students last year, AP exams were in May, SATs were in June. So those are already really big exams. So don't stress yourself out too much over practicing. Just try and involve Braille in your daily routine. And when you have time, maybe a couple weeks before finals, a couple weeks before regionals, start getting in practices, maybe every other day, every few days in subjects that you feel less confident in, and then even brush up on the ones that you feel more competent in. So you're a little more well-rounded.
This is Brooke. I can go next. I agree with basically everything Maddie said. Like I do almost all those things. I definitely focus the most on speed and accuracy. And I use the Braille Institute website practices a lot. And I tend to practice like 3 or 4 weeks before regionals and before nationals. And my main goal is to be consistent with it. So I'll practice once a day, or maybe I skip one day in between, but I try to make sure I'm consistent, and also that for speed and accuracy, at least, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, not just kind of going through the motions. I'm really paying attention to my speed and consistency and everything like that. So just kind of being mindful of how I'm practicing as well.
So preparing for Braille Challenge is almost like preparing for goal ball. And it's ironic because I'm actually headed to a tournament tomorrow. But basically, you have that time where you got to keep up the skills of Braille. You got to read a lot. You got to do all those things. Then a couple weeks before regionals, I do a lot of Braille Challenge material, a lot. Like in the mornings, wake up at 5 a.m. and before school do an hour and a half, 2 hours of practice with every single subject. So like I do 25 minutes with each one. And then on the after regionals, I kind of take a break, and then a couple weeks before nationals, start up again. Every day, wake up a little bit earlier, practice everything. Just like in goal ball, you practice ball placement, like how to place the ball, how to place your hands on the ball, how to block the ball, all those things. I practice every little thing at Braille Challenge. How to place the paper, what side is the paper best for me on, how far should the brailler be, where should the thing for speed and accuracy, the whatever it's called, all of those things. And then a couple of days before Braille Challenge, like I think that Thursday or that Wednesday is my last day practicing most of the time. And just like now, like I haven't done goal ball stuff since Saturday because I'm cooling down and getting ready for this tournament. And so same thing with Braille Challenge.